Trump's team assessed the possibility of a military takeover of Greenland. Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller stated that Greenland should belong to the United States, without directly ruling out the option of a military takeover of the island.
The official position of the United States is that Greenland should be part of our collective security apparatus. This has been the official position of the U.S. government since the beginning of this administration. The president has been very clear on this matter.
Miller avoided answering the host's direct question about the possibility of deploying troops, stating, however, that no one would go to war with the United States militarily over the future of Greenland. Miller also questioned Denmark's claims to the island.
The main question is, on what grounds does Denmark claim control over Greenland? On what grounds does it make its territorial claims? On what basis does Denmark consider Greenland its colony?
Politico predicts that Washington may try to take advantage of a politically opportune moment in the coming months to gain control over Greenland. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen stated that a possible U.S. attack on Greenland would mean the end of NATO. She called for the words of the head of the White House to be taken seriously. At the same time, the U.S. State Department published a message to Russia on its Russian-language account on X: "Don't play games with President Trump. President Trump is a man of action. Didn't know? Now you do," the message said. Notably, the post was published a few days after American intelligence services evacuated President Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela as part of a military operation. In addition, Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth mocked the effectiveness of Russian weaponry in Venezuela. He noted that nearly 200 American soldiers carried out a raid in Caracas and added that it seems the Russian air defense systems did not perform very well.
The United States may attempt to establish control over Greenland in the coming months. Experts do not rule out that Washington might take advantage of a politically favorable moment. And now, more information in our report. My name is Yevan Sirov. This is the Glavred channel. Subscribe and give us a like. Let's get started. The unexpected U.S. operation in Venezuela, which resulted in the detention of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, has caused serious concern among European leaders. Now in Europe, there is growing speculation about whether Greenland might be next. That's according to Politico. The publication notes that U.S. President Donald Trump has openly stated that the United States needs Greenland. He explained that the island is surrounded by Russian and Chinese ships, so control over it is a matter of national security for the United States. The article states that Greenland is a self-governing territory, but formally it is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Tensions rose after the wife of White House advisor Stephen Miller. Katie posted a map of Greenland on social media with an American flag superimposed and the caption, "Soon." Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen responded to this, stating that the United States has no right to annex any of the 3 countries that are part of the Kingdom of Denmark, including Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Moreover, the head of Greenland's government, Jens Frederik Nielsen, emphasized that the island is not for sale. Experts interviewed by the publication suggest that Washington may try to take advantage of the politically favorable moment as soon as in the coming months. This could happen on the eve of the midterm elections in the United States and the 250th anniversary of American independence, which will be celebrated on July 4th. It is predicted that this may not be a military operation, as was the case with Venezuela, but rather a large-scale political influence campaign. The head of the European Parliament at Eurasia Group, Mujtabar Akman, does not rule out that the United States may use a wide arsenal of tools, from pressure to attempts to influence local elites. Earlier, Union reported that Danish Prime Minister Frederiksen stated that a possible U.S. attack on Greenland would mean the end of NATO. She called for taking the words of the head of the White House seriously. Bloomberg notes that Denmark is concerned about Trump's persistent desire to gain control over Greenland following the U.S. raid in Venezuela.